How much do buyer's agents make in commission? We'll demystify this topic in the following video. My name is Chris at Houseit. Houseit is the largest for sale by owner and buyer commission rebate company in New York City, established in 2014. If you have any questions about buying and selling real estate and how you can save money on broker commission, please check us out, www.houseit.com. The spelling is below. As you may have heard or seen on television, broker commissions to buyer's agents can be as high as 2 or 3% of the purchase price. This can be quite a stunning amount of money in a metropolis like New York City, where the average sale price is $2 million. However, commissions can be even higher. For example, in a weak market, developers and sellers may wish to offer additional compensation either in the form of a higher commission rate, such as 4% to the buyer's agent, or even one-time special bonuses, such as a $10,000 American Express gift card paid at closing to the broker. Or there may be other similar incentives, such as the commission being paid at contract signing instead of at closing, as is customary. However, before you get too excited or demotivated, depending on whether you're a potential buyer's agent or a seller, let us tell you this. Commission rates are indeed negotiable, and there is no set standard commission rate, nor is there any law or rule requiring commission rates to be 3% or more. You will typically see the higher commission rates that we've mentioned previously in, for example, Manhattan or other Real Estate Board of New York territory. The Real Estate Board of New York is the primary real estate trade association headquartered in Manhattan, and it is the largest such trade organization in New York City. It covers all of Manhattan, much of southern Bronx, such as Riverdale, much of western Queens, such as Long Island City, much of northwest Brooklyn, such as brownstone Brooklyn neighborhoods you've typically heard of as Boerum Hill, Park Slope, and such, and much of New York City in general. With that said, there are other MLS systems in the area and other customary commission rates for different neighborhoods. For example, in southern Brooklyn, commission rates are very different. There is a different MLS system, the Brooklyn MLS, that has some membership in Deep South Brooklyn, neighborhoods such as Bay Ridge and Gravesend. In these areas, total commission rates may be as low as 2 or 3%. Just an example. Again, it's negotiable always in each instance, no matter where you are between the seller and the listing agent. And just to give you a flavor of different areas, some areas such as southern Brooklyn, it's not customary to co-broke equally as you'd see in Manhattan and other Real Estate Board of New York territories. So for example, in southern Brooklyn, if the total commission is 3%, well, listing agents customarily only co-broke 1% or less to buyer's agents. So there you have it. New York City by itself is a tale of two cities, and it's the same nationwide. Total commission rates will vary depending on the region and what is customary for the region. And as you can see, even in New York City, there are micro regions and microclimates depending on what commission rates customarily are. And of course, they're always negotiable. As a quick recap, how are these buyer's agents paid? Say they're paid 3%. Does the buyer have to come up with it? No. Fortunately, as we discussed before, the commission is always paid by the seller. The seller negotiates with the listing agent for a total commission rate, which is then split typically equally, but it may not be split equally in some regions, as we've discussed, such as the Brooklyn MLS. But regardless, the commission is typically split then with the buyer's agent. In Manhattan, for example, this would typically be split 50-50 between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. So if the listing agent negotiates a 6% listing commission and the buyer has an agent, well, the commission is split 3% to the seller's agent and 3% to the buyer's agent. So let's focus on big commissions. Are commissions in Manhattan and New York City 3%? Is that pure profit to the buyer's agent? Do they just walk home with a $60,000 check on a typical $2 million condo or co-op apartment purchase and just deposit it in the bank? As good as that may sound to aspirants in the real estate industry, that is simply not true. There are many, many costs to take into account. One of the biggest ones, for example, is a commission split. Most real estate agents are associated with a brokerage, and that brokerage will have a commission split with the real estate agent. Typically, this can be 50-50, it could be 60-40, or even 70-30 or 80-20. After the commission split is taken into account, the agent has to pay for the costs of being an agent, for example, membership dues at the Real Estate Board of New York or other MLS systems, other MLS fees, any desk fees, and if they are a realtor, for example, if they're an agent in the Hudson Valley, they'll have to pay realtor fees as well at the local, state, and national level. And don't forget advertising costs. For example, many agents may have to come out of pocket for special advertising purposes. For example, if they're sending out flyers or if they're posting out banners, or perhaps even some rental sites will require a paid membership, though usually sales sites will not require any paid memberships. These are all factors to keep in mind, that there are many advertising costs related with securing business. Also, don't forget about travel costs. Who's going to pay for all of the taxis and Ubers and Lyfts that they'll take to go from showings, to go with clients to showings sometimes? And what about meals and entertainment? For example, after a showing, they may grab dinner, they may grab lunch, or even just a coffee with the client. Typically, a buyer's agent will pick up that tab on behalf of the client. Also, don't forget about referral fees. For example, it's quite common for agents to refer clients to each other, and a typical referral fee might be anywhere from 20 to 30% of the commission. Also, don't forget about closing gifts. For example, every realtor or every real estate agent will usually give something to their buyer client after closing. Some sort of housewarming gift is customary, such as a bottle of champagne, bottle of wine, box of chocolates. These are all gifts that a real estate buyer's agent will have to consider, so please don't assume that any commission earned by your buyer's agent is automatically pure profit. Is there a way for you as the buyer to earn some of that buyer's agent commission? Well, there actually is. Through a Houseit Buyer Closing Credit, you'll be able to work with a seasoned buyer's agent who will guide you through the process for free, and not only that, give you up to 2% of the purchase price back at closing in the form of a commission rebate. If you're interested in learning more, please email us, team@houseit.com, or check us out at www.houseit.com if you have any questions about buying and selling real estate and how you can save money on commission and closing costs. We'd love to hear from you, and of course, if you have any comments, please leave a question below, and if you like what you see, please hit subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.